What's up, guys? It's B Wade. We've been cooking on Thursday night games with Thanksgiving this week. We have 3 games on Thursday. I'm doing a separate video for each of them, so we're dialing in on the Giants at Cowboys game here, which is a terrible game for Thanksgiving, but there's picks. We're going to make money on it, and I have 3 players that I've really locked into after doing all the research that I'm putting in on my parlay. I'm going to walk you guys through those 3 picks and the research I went through, as well as I'm giving away a signed Jamar Chase jersey. Guys, I'm going to tell you about that later in this video as well, so make sure to stay tuned and I will tell you how to get entered into that raffle. So I'm starting with Tyrone Tracy Jr. over 10.5 receiving yards. Now, looking at his receiving yards throughout the season, it's not a really convincing view, but I'm going to focus on the fact that they have Tommy DeVito, Tommy Cutlett's in there throwing the ball now with Danny Dimes out, and usually when you have less experienced, younger quarterbacks, you end up with a lot more screens, dump-off passes, short throws, and Tyrone Tracy seems to be the beneficent of that type of offense. So you see here last week he had 4 targets, he caught all 4 of them, he caught 4 balls last week, 28 yards, and when you look at Dallas, they are in the bottom 25% of the NFL for receiving yards to running backs. They're giving up about 38 yards per game. All that we need is 11 yards. He can easily break that off on just 1 catch. His receptions line is also at 1.5, which I like that too, but I'm focusing on the receiving yards because I think even with just 1, he can pop off for over 11 yards on this soft defense. Yeah, I really like this play. I think it's a sharp play considering that was the 2nd most targets he's gotten all year, right? Dallas is soft against running backs, and so I am locking that in. We're staying at the running back position going on the other side, and we're looking at Rico Dowdle over 65 rushing yards. Again, he's only topped this 3 times this year. But there's a couple things that I'm dialed into and why I really like this pick. First off, the Giants are terrible against rushing. They are giving up 118 yards a game to running backs, 148 yards overall on the ground. They are at the bottom of the NFL. He just went for 86 last week against Washington, and I don't know if you guys remember, but if you go back a couple weeks before their matchup with the Eagles, McCarthy said he wants to get the ball to Rico Dowdle more. He said he needs to get him more involved. But if you looked at that game script, they got whooped, and he didn't have the opportunity to run the ball much, so he only got 12 rush attempts. You go to the next week, same thing. They got whooped by the Texans. He didn't have an opportunity to run the ball much, and he only got 10 attempts. But last week was the first game where they weren't in a really negative game script, where he had the opportunity to really make good on his word of saying he wanted to get Rico down with the ball more, and he got him 19 rushes in a close game. So with this being a game between the Cowboys and the Giants, both bottom dwellers in the NFL, I expect a really similar plan here. I think as long as it stays close, or even if the Cowboys pull away, he ends up with at least 17, 18 rush attempts, and against this soft Giants defense, guys, I love him to go over 65 rush yards here. So I am locking this one in. Now, our 3rd pick, I'm coming back to the Giants. We're going Malik Neighbors over 5.5 receptions. He's covered this in all but 2 games this year. I really can't understand why this is so low. I feel like it should probably be closer to 6 or 6.5. It might move up throughout the week, but I'm grabbing it now at 5.5. I'm opting for receptions instead of receiving yards because with Tommy Cutlett's back there at quarterback throwing the ball, I'm not sure how many deep throws Malik Neighbors is going to get, but I do expect him, being the number 1 receiver on this team, to get a lot of catches. They might be closer to the line of scrimmage, and so I'm just going with receptions here. You see, even with DeVito in at quarterback, he's still got 9 targets. He caught 6 from last week. He is a target monster, right? He's averaging 11.4 targets per game with 7.4 receptions per game. So, guys, against this Dallas defense, really, really like this play. They're giving up 12 catches to wide receivers a game. We just need 6 out of Neighbors, and he is by far their number 1 option here. And so I'm locking that one in as well. You'll see that slip on my screen right now, guys. We're getting 5.5x for this, and I put it in on Vivid Picks PickS is my favorite fantasy app right now. I think it's the best fantasy app out there because they are giving us so many free picks and discounted picks every week. We got 4 or 5 free picks last week. Saquon Barkley over half a yard, Jason Tatum over half a point, Jamar Chase over half a yard. Makes it really easy to be profitable. So if you guys want to sign up for PickS, and you should want to sign up, all you have to do is use code BWP or use the link below in the description, and they will double your first deposit up to $200, either $200 or $250. It's on the bottom of the screen. So yeah, make sure to sign up with PickS. Take advantage of that. Lock these 3 picks in before Thursday gets going. And the Jamar Chase jersey, guys, I gave away a Ray Lewis jersey a couple weeks ago, signed. And so I picked up this Jamar Chase jersey just as a way to show my appreciation for you guys and, you know, how much I really do like doing this channel, this content. So all you have to do to be entered is make sure you're subscribed, throw a like on the video, and then comment down below. Every time you guys comment on a new video, you will be entered again to win this signed jersey. It is fucking dope. I'm excited to be able to give it away. So guys, make sure that like, subscribe, comment, you're entered. On top of that, Daily Grind Fantasy is my favorite tool to shop between different fantasy apps and make sure you're taking advantage of the discrepancies in pricing between those apps using AI and millions of data points. You can check it out at dgfantasy.com. They will give you 25% off when you use code BWADE, and it 100% will help you to become a more profitable sports bettor and to become more informed, guys. I appreciate y'all watching this video. Make sure to lock these picks in, and I hope y'all have a great Thanksgiving.